Coming to you direct from Silencer Shop Studios, home of the Glass Case of Emotion.
SilencerShop.com, the easiest way to buy silencers online, period.
Stand by for education, enlightenment, enjoyment, and entertainment.
He's not here to talk about your feelings. He's not here to say what you want to hear. He's here to say what needs to be said.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, please welcome your host, the pimp hand of America, Professor Paul Markle.
Like a crack of the whip, I snap attack front to back in this thing called rap. What's up, freaks?
I just died a little bit.
What's up, freaks? You know what? It occurred to me this morning, Jared, as I was driving in, that my threads were fresh and I'm looking deaf. What's up? What's up?
Oh, it's Monday.
It's Monday, you freaks. That's right. It's Monday. And we've got a lot to cover this week, as always. I mean, why would we not? But today we're going to talk about animals, one of the favorite things, one of the favorite topics. Speaking of animals, there soon, if I could stay up late enough, there soon is going to be one or more dead armadillos in the vicinity of the Markle household.
Has it been doing the trash thing?
No, they tore up their front lawn. Remember on a week ago Sunday or whatever? Yeah, we talked about how we spent several hours, and I was outside, and we'll talk about that on the grad program. I'm sorry, not grad program, but morning mindset. Yeah, Zach mowed, and we trimmed all the things. Anyway, I get up to go to work this morning, and I walk into the front yard, and it's just torn the F up. And your first instinct is to think, well, the dogs did it, but no, the dogs don't do that. The dogs don't dig like 6-7 inch holes all over the yard. It's the MF and armadillos. And if you guys live in the South or in Texas, Southwest, you know what I'm talking about. My friend Keith likes to shoot them with his Benelli shotgun. He said, my neighbor, he's got a Benelli M4. I was like, that's kind of overkill. He's like, oh, no. No, it's not, Paul. You don't understand. It's not overkill at all. And all the Yankees up there, city dwellers, like, oh, but armadillos are cute. They got little fuzzy ears and little beady eyes. No, they're evil. They're nasty little evil creatures that carry leprosy. For all of you city-dwelling hippies, I'll ship you an armadillo, and you can hug it and snuggle up with it and play with it. And then when you go to the hospital and they're like, damn, dude, you got leprosy. Whoa, you been kissing on armadillos? Well, as a matter of fact, you guys, you city-dwelling freaks do know that, right?
Can you ship live animals?
No, not legally. Yeah, you
just give it a sedative.
Yeah, give it a sedative and put it in a box.
Yeah.
Maybe ship it up to New York. Oh, in the United States, there are animals that carry diseases that have been eradicated amongst humans until you go and you touch the animals. For instance, out west, prairie dogs carry the bubonic plague. The fleas on the prairie dogs carry the plague. So, yeah, don't pick up and play with the dead prairie dogs because the fleas will get on you and they'll bite you and you'll get the plague. And if you just ignore it, you'll die. If you go to the hospital, they'll give you a crap ton of antibiotics and you'll be okay. And we have a cure for leprosy, too, if they catch it early. So I believe, if they catch it early, they can cure it. But, don't play with armadillos and don't play with them. And that kind of leads me into a main topic for today, but I'm not going to get into that just yet. So what did we learn today? We learned today that Professor Paul is not happy with having his front lawn all dug up by the freaking armadillos. And you know what's crazy, Jared?
What?
Your mom works second shift. Obviously, you know that. And so quite often she'll be arriving home in the late evening, at night when we're already tucked in. And I said something about the armadillo. She goes, oh, yeah, I see them all the time. I'm like, what?
Did you shoot it?
She goes, yeah. Oh, yeah, a lot of times when I come home, they're in the yard. I'm like, then shoot them. No, I'm not going to shoot them. Like, they're tearing up the lawn, woman. then come in, wake me up, and I'll do it. Jeez. Oh, you can't shoot them. They're so cute. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. I am the top of the food chain. Remember that.
There's a reason for that.
There's a reason for that. I am the top. And for any hippie, liberal, progressive scumbags that think that they're getting behind enemy lines and listening to me talk, and you want to hunt me or my family, feeling froggy, come on down, biatch. Come on down.
No. They don't want to do anything. They want someone to do it for them.
Someone should hunt you and your family. Someone should, not me, because I'd have to climb out of my mommy's basement, and my fingers were all stained with Cheetos, and I couldn't hold the gun anyway.
Man, last week when you did the dumb, what did you do? A dummy voice or something?
I don't know. I do things on the radio.
Hilarious. I've gotten a couple emails about that.
All right, freaks and freakettes and all that good stuff. Welcome to a new week, and thank you to our friends at Brownells. If you guys have not been paying attention lately, you're wrong, but go to brownells.com, sign up for their newsletter, because they've been pushing out specials. They've been pushing out like mag deals and mag ammo can combos. Listen up, freaks. Perk up your ears. If you live in free America, this applies to you. If you live in a slave nation or a slave state, it doesn't really apply to you. But if you're living in free America, now is the time to make sure that you have as much ammunition and as many magazines as you feel comfortable with. I don't know what that is for you. Every human is different. But I can tell you this, if you have a self-loading pistol and you don't have at least 3 magazines for your self-loading pistol, you're wrong. That's right. And as far as battle rifles go, ARs and AKs and all that jazz, if you don't have a minimum of 6, you are wrong as well. So fix yourself. You can go to brownells.com and shop for everything you need, or sign up and get their newsletters, because they push out specials all the time. Frog Lube. It's green. It's minty fresh. And it just works. And it can be, in certain circumstances, extreme. Now you can get Frog Lube from brownells.com. And Durco, because life is too short to have an ugly gun. It is too short to have an ugly gun. And, hey, freak, you sent me that picture on my phoneage with the latest student of the gun tat that somebody put on their gun, but I don't know who it was from. On my phone, you said, check this out, and I opened it, and it was a picture somebody had obviously sent you.
Oh, there's been a couple.
And it was a gun with a student of the gun tattoo that you get from Durcoat.
Yeah, there's been a couple of them.
Oh, you don't know who did it? Okay.
I don't remember which one.
Well,
I don't know which one I sent you.
I don't remember. It was an AR. Arr.
Yeah, they were probably.
Arr.
I haven't seen one that's not an AR yet. I haven't seen an AK with it.
Well, you can put it on anything.
Yeah, you can put it on an AK.
You know,
you could even put it on your Kimber 1911.
Whoop whoop! My mind just exploded.
That was the sound of his mind exploding.
Hey, do we not know a Mississippi hippie that does Durcoating? And if you go to his Facebook page, you'll see that he's done insulated coffee cups, the stainless insulated coffee cups. Could he not do one with the student of the gun tattoo on it and have a custom student of the gun cup? I know you're listening, freak.
I was just thinking maybe we should partner with him and
tick 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 tick. He's listening. I don't know about I mean that's
we should do it.
Those are 1-to-1 things. I mean that's something you have to do individually. But
yeah.
You know who you are, Matt.
Yeah.
So that is something that needs to happen. And that would go right along with our coffee box, man. We could get the insulated stainless steel coffee mugs that are custom done with Durcoat, and we could fill them at the coffee box. Getting kind of excited. I'm getting kind of giddy thinking about it. All right, Crossbreed Holsters, makers of the Bruce Jenner Commemorative, also known as, you might know it as the Super Tuck Deluxe. And they don't just have the Super Tuck Deluxe. They have tons of stuff. They have.
Is it the deluxe or is it
the deluxe? They have stuff for everybody.
There's some D's on there.
Everyone, even chicks. They have holsters for chicks too. Did you know that? Yeah, if you're a chick listening, you can go to crossbreedholsters.com and you can pick one up for yourself there.
Can you really?
You can. It's true.
Oh, you're allowed to do that.
We'll allow you. You're allowed.
Attention, new listeners. We produced a free training video series called 7 Training Tips That Could Save Your Life. We want you to have access to this life-saving information. Get instant access now at studentofthegun.com. Do you watch Student of the Gun TV, read the blog, and follow us on Facebook? If you answered no to any of those questions, you are wrong, but you can easily fix yourself. Go to studentofthegun.com to find everything SOTG.
Hey guys, it's Jared from Connecticut, and I had a question about the use of force in relation to animals. We talk a lot about the escalation of force and justifications for going from verbal to less than lethal to lethal force in relation to humans. What about in relation to dogs? And also, does that change when the dog is loose or feral versus under the control of an owner? Thanks a lot, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
All right. That is an excellent question. Now, before I answer it, tell Jared what he needs to do to get his 9mm plus P from SWAT Fuelage.
Jared, email Alex, ALEX, at studentofthegun.com. Send her your name, mailing address, phone number, and include your email address typed in the body there. And how did he become the Warrior of the Week?
Because he downloaded the mobile app and he called in. And the mobile app is fully loaded.
Is it fully loaded?
Yes. Don't ever forget that the Student of the Gun mobile app for Android and iTunes is
iPhone. Apple Store, whatever.
Fully loaded!
If you want to know more, but you don't want to, for whatever reason, you don't want to go to your Google Play Store or your iTunes Store and look at the mobile app there, then just go to studentofthegun.com and click on the mobile app tab, and it will tell you everything and even give you links to the stores. So if you want more information, go there.
All right. Well, while I'm answering Jared from Connecticut's question, why don't you go over to the Student of the Gun Liberty Mastermind program and talk to those guys? They want to talk to you right now. Uh-oh. All right. Dealing with aggressive animals. What is the rules of engagement for an aggressive animal? Essentially, from a legal standpoint, they're the same. Now, every state they have varying statutes about the destruction of rabid animals or the destruction of feral animals or what have you. And you say, but what if it's a protected species? What if a bald eagle is clawing my eyes out? What if a bald eagle is killing my child? Am I allowed to stop the bald eagle, or should I just, create a dialogue with it? And that actually is step one. If you're being attacked by a wild animal, a feral animal, something that may be rabid or aggressive, try to create a dialogue with it. And you're going to need to start the dialogue yourself because the animal can't talk. Okay, I'm kidding. No, but seriously, let's go ahead and refer back to the rules for killing humans. The rules for killing humans are ability, opportunity, and intent. Do they have the ability and the opportunity? And when it comes to an animal, you have to say, all right, is it an aggressive whatever, dog, cat, armadillo, rabbit, whatever? Does it have the ability to do harm to me? And most animals do, because guess what? That's how God made them. God made every animal, even fuzzy little bunnies. Fuzzy little bunnies are evil. YouTube evil rabbits or evil bunnies someday, and you'll be shocked. My sister raised rabbits. She used to raise these great big, like 10, 12-pound monstrosity things. And when they got old, they got really mean, and they would bite, and they would claw the ever-living crap out of you. But I digress. So if there's an animal is aggressing you, at very least, it has teeth to bite you. And that's how animals spend their lives. They spend their lives dominating other animals. And to the animal, you may be another animal that they need to dominate, or you may be a threat to them. So do they have the ability? Yes. Opportunity, well, are they close enough to you to actually bite or claw you? Yes or no? If they are, why are they that close? And what do we know about animals? Kind of like the 21-foot rule with humans, they can close distance very quickly. Now, the big one is the intent, because obviously an animal is not going to say to you, hey, buddy, if you don't give me your wallet, I'm going to bite you. No, he's just going to do it. Well, what's the animal's behavior? If you try and get away from the animal, does it continue to pursue you? Does the animal cut off your avenue of escape? Has the animal barked at you, snarled at you, hissed at you, rattled at you, and reared back as if to bite you? Those are all intent. Can you demonstrate that? Can you say, why did you shoot the dog? Well, because the dog was between me and the escape, and it was barking and snarling and biting at me, and I couldn't get my family to safety. Or I pulled into a parking lot, and I stepped out, and the dog ran over and latched onto my leg. Okay, well, there's a clue. Are there things that we can do to animals other than shooting them? Yes, there is. There is a fantastic tool that you can pick up for about $20 called OC/pepper spray. And I know that there are people that are, oh man, my Uncle Bob said that stuff doesn't work on dogs. Your Uncle Bob doesn't know what the freaking farfignugan he's talking about. And Uncle Bob is thinking mace. Genuine, no kidding pepper spray, OC, cop stuff. I have juiced many aggressive animals in my days, and it has worked on every animal. When I was in Florida, I was aggressed by snakes, dogs, possum. I have an awesome rabid raccoon story, and feral cats and all that. It works on animals. Now, it doesn't work instantly. It's not like hitting it with a 2x4. It's not going to lift it up and throw it backwards. But generally, if it has not latched onto you yet, that's the problem with dogs. If you have a trained dog or if you have an aggressive attack dog and it gets its teeth into you, well, here's the deal. If the teeth are in you, the less than lethal time is over. We don't pepper spray dogs as they're tearing our legs open. If your crackhead neighbor's pit bull is chewing on your leg, it's time to do other things. You need to stop it. But let's just say you're in a situation where the animal is being aggressive and snarling and barking at you, and you can't get away, or you need to get into that area or whatever. Pepper spray is your friend, and let me tell you what, your life is going to be a lot easier, simpler, and less complicated. You may be 100% totally justified in smoking a dog. And you are 100% justified. You're still going to have an interesting couple of weeks, or at least an interesting couple of days, because you touch off around in public and you're going to have to explain it. Cops are going to come. Even if you're 100% justified, it's going to take up a lot of your day.
I can't hear the word public without thinking about Ron White.
Public. They threw him into public. I was drunk in a bar, which is perfectly legal. Arrest them. So, and that's, Jared, you know what this does? Jared and Jared. This takes us right back to being a complete armed citizen. How many of your knucklehead gun shop buddies like, I don't care that pepper spray crap, I got my gun. I got my gun. Why I need that for? I got my gun. So every aggressive dog that's snapping at you in a parking lot, you're going to smoke it with your Kimber Crimson Carry Deluxe Edition 3 with the laser sighting. Your life's going to be a lot easier if you just give them a snifter of juice. Now, what if you give them a snifter of juice and it doesn't work? They're like, oh, it doesn't always work, Paul. No, shooting people doesn't always work. Let's go back to the Miami shootout. Sometimes you put bullets in people and they keep on going. Sometimes, Jared, you put bullets into wild hogs and they keep on going. You're like, what? Did I just not shoot that thing with a rifle? And it's still going? Well, what do? You do the old shampoo technique. You rinse, lather, repeat, right? All right. I hope that answered your question. I hope that gave you something to think about. And that leads me right into my topic on animules. And if one more person,
Animules.
if one more human person says to me or directs a statement at me such as, derp, 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 I'm a hunter. I own guns. I'm a hunter. In regards to in the topic or discussion of liberty, of constitutionality, of freedom, of individual liberty and freedom. And this, where you get that stuff from, Jared? Those comments generally come from slave nations and slave states. You get people in the glorious People's Republic of New York or New Hampshire, or I'm sorry, not New Hampshire, I meant to say New Jersey. Don't calm down, New Hampshireites. Quit freaking out. Although there are a lot of weirdos in your state. People's Republic of California, et al. And your reasonable friends and relatives and neighbors. Well, I'm not paranoid like you. I mean, I have a couple of hunting guns. I'm a hunter. I'm a reasonable person. I'm not a crazy person like you. I'm not a crazy person that thinks they need to carry a gun on them all the time. That's just crazy. But I support the Constitution. I support the Second Amendment. I'm a hunter. Back up the train. Sip your coffee. Okay, I will sip my coffee.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I was like,
no, you just do your thing over there. Folks, I hate to break your heart. I'm going to preface this because I know that the listening public, that a large percent of the... What's up with LOC? A large percentage of the listening audience is just cocked and ready to misinterpret everything I say. Because people don't listen louder. It's like the people who post comments on a YouTube video based on the title of the YouTube video or the T-shirt that the host is wearing or the hat that the host is wearing or something that's on the wall behind him. I know those people are listening right now. So I'm going to say this. Have I hunted animules? Yes. Will I continue to hunt animules? Probably so, yes. I don't see myself stopping anytime in the near future. Do I consider myself a hunter? I don't know. I mean, for 2-3 decades, I've been taking guns and going out in the field and shooting Bambi and cutting it up and eating it. I guess if that makes me a hunter, I mean, I don't like labels. That's something that we're not about here. Unless you're a progressive liberal douche nozzle, then you can have that label. So, yeah, I do hunt. I support hunting as an activity, an outdoor activity, a recreational activity, an educational activity. I support that. But here's what hunting is not. Hunting is not an expression or a demonstration of liberty. It's not. You don't get a pass on the Liberty card because you are a hunter. Being a hunter does not mean that you are a de facto supporter of the United States Constitution, its subsequent Bill of Rights, and supporting things like individual liberty and responsibility. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about there, guy on the radio. I kill everything I eat. Everything I eat, I kill it myself. And I'm the derp. Stop. Do you enjoy hunting? Yes, I do. I love hunting. People say, I like to hunt. I take my kids. I go out. I like to sit in the blind, watch the sun come up. I like to go out and get fresh air. Yeah. You know what that is? That's called recreation. That is a recreational activity.
But I hunt to provide food for myself.
Yeah. All right. There's like
0.005%. If you live in Alaska, then
that's probably true. Yeah. If you live in Montana, it might be true. Most of the United States, most of the world, that's not true. And the reason it is because you probably have a job. Do you know why our ancestors, when they hunted for food, that's pretty much all they did, or that was a majority of what they did. And then they figured out, like, instead of like going out into the field and having to find these things and kill them every day, we can just raise them, and we can like have them in a barn in like a fenced in enclosed area. And then when we're hungry, we'll go out and we'll pick that one and we'll smash its head in with a big stone, and then we'll cut it up and Mama will cook it. And then we'll all be happy and we'll move on with our lives. That's called the evolution of man. No, hunting is a recreational activity. I'm not going to talk right now about shooting sports and sportsman people. I'm just going to talk about hunting, because just yesterday, as Jared's like, what are we going to talk about tomorrow, Dad? I was like, I'll tell you what I'm going to talk about. Somebody's got me annoyed by making stupid hunter statements. We're free. I love these people, these slaves that live in slave nations that want to like tell people in the United States, oh, we have freedoms and liberties. We're allowed to hunt. The king allows you to hunt?
Did you get your permission slip from the king?
Oh, you're so free. Oh. Let me tell you what liberty is not. Let me tell you what civic duty is not. Civic duty and the protection of liberty is not recreation. It's not a recreational activity. That's why so many people don't get involved in it. Because in the world today, everybody wants to be distracted and entertained. And nobody wants to do the hard work.
Nobody wants to be uncomfortable.
Nobody wants to be uncomfortable. Would you hunt if you didn't enjoy it? No, I wouldn't hunt if I didn't enjoy it, and that would be stupid. I would stop doing it. No kidding! Because it's a recreational activity, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Did you know that the best athletes in the world, the reason they are so good is because they practice or they teach themselves to perform under pressure?
Because they experience discomfort?
Yes, they experience discomfort by doing that.
Deliberately? You mean they purposely put themselves in a situation where they're not going to be comfortable?
Yeah.
What?
It's weird.
That's crazy.
It's a foreign concept now. But
that's crazy.
It's crazy to me that people don't understand how much you grow, how much you learn about yourself when you put yourself under pressure, when you make yourself uncomfortable.
Oh, I hear that? That's a deer hunter telling me that it's really cold when they get up really early to go out in the field. And that's discomfort, so shut up.
Well, they should have one of those.
And when you go to the field, you know why I don't hunt deer anymore, or only on rare occasions? Because I'm sick to death of giving the king more of my money. What do you mean I'm giving more of your money? Okay, let's talk about how hunting is not liberty. Hunting is a recreational activity that requires you to get a permission slip from the king. And I'm not just talking about your basic hunting. Well, what are you saying? You don't want people to have hunter's education? Because in order to get a hunting license, you have to prove that you've gone through hunter's ed class. And that's responsible. And that's what everybody should do. They should go through a hunter's ed class. I didn't say they shouldn't, moron. Shut up for 5 seconds. Are you paying for the piece of paper that proves that you had a hunter's education class, or are you paying a tax to the king? Here's something that American hunters should be really worked up and angry about. The king loves that you hunt. You know why the king loves that you hunt? Because you give him more money. You give him money that he wasn't going to get otherwise. You voluntarily give the king more money. You guys hunt waterfowl? Well, yeah, I love, oh, man, ducks and geese. You don't know, Paul. You don't know what it's like to be out in a duck blind or out in a shallow boat hunting geese, or laying in a cornfield waiting for them to come in, and how exciting it is and how good it tastes. And I get that. And what do you have to do before you put one single boot on the ground if you don't want the Bambi police to come get you?
You said boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. But not pants on the ground. Well, you have to have your state hunting permission slip. Okay, gotcha. You have to have your Now, depending on where you are, you absolutely, in the United States, you have to have your duck stamp. Where do you get a duck stamp from? And that's the upside down thing is that was the federal government, in their desire to take more of your money, came up with a Migratory Waterfowl Act.
You know what's racist?
What?
That you have to provide an ID to get a hunting license and a waterfowl license.
Well, why do you do that? You don't have to do it to vote for the president of the United States of America.
Well, I'm just saying that it's racist and we need to.
It is racist. It is racist. So now, what if you want to hunt a specific type of game? Like, well, what do you want to shoot? What do you plan to? I love when you go. I bought these and they give you they interview you about what you plan to kill this year. And they're like, do you plan to kill migratory birds, doves? And they're like, Paul, they're just doing a survey. I know they're just doing a survey. They're trying to conservation and da 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 da. You know what we've done? We've conserved ourselves in the United States of America to the point where every year, ask an auto insurance agent the number of car versus deer accidents. Ask them about that. We've conserved ourselves to the point in the United States where we have so much and so many of these animals that we don't even know what to do with them. Folks, hunting is a recreational activity. Hunting is not liberty. It is a sport. Sports are fun. Sports can be enjoyable. And I recommend that you engage in sports. But don't look at me and tell me that you have completed your civic duty as a citizen, that you've protected liberty because you went out and shot at Bambi. And I know Bambi's tasty. I've eaten lots of Bambis, and his cousins and friends and neighbors. I've eaten them all, and they're really good. As a matter of fact, if you shoot Bambi and then you shoot like about 100 to 120-pound wild hog, and if you take them to a processor that knows what they're doing, that's the trick. Most processors, processing deer is pretty easy. I mean, you can do it in your backyard. Processing wild hog is another... It's another ball of wax, and there's a lot of these seasonal guys that just open their doors basically October through February. A lot of them won't do wild hog, and I like big butts, and let me tell you why. But if you can get some Bambi and some porky, the wild porky. Now you don't want to do this with like a 220, 30, 40-pound boar. As my friend Bill likes to say, if you can smell it before you can see it, that's not something that you want to be eating. And ladies and gentlemen, that's good advice to take through your whole life. Yeah, I'm just saying, you just take that piece of advice and you carry it through and apply it to any situation that you might encounter. Unless you're going to go to like Longhorn Steakhouse or something like that. And then if you can smell it before you eat it, or you can see it, then it's a good thing. But when it comes to wild hogs, if you can smell it before, I might lose it over here, before you can see it, you probably don't want to be eating that thing. But you shoot yourself about 100-pound wild hog, you take him and Bambi to the game processor, and they make up this thing for you that's called bacon burger.
Yep.
They take the ground venison, and they
delicious.
blend in the wild hog sausage, and you can make patties out of it. And it is so choice. It's some good stuff. But still, in the end, that's not defending liberty. That's eating, and that's a good thing.
I like to eat. Food is good.
I don't even want to get into. I've got the game Nazis, the Bambi police, the game warden Nazis violating the Fourth Amendment. I'm not going to talk about that right now. But all right,
maybe if people want to hear about that, then they can ask on the Facebook page.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. We'll just save it for another day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, thank you, and thank you. Yeah, you sitting over there in the corner. Thank you. If you're on the treadmill, give me 10 more minutes. If you're driving, 10 and 2. All right, what else are we going to talk about this week? Well, I'm sure we're going to talk about quite a lot of stuff. We're going to do follow-up on the kits, on the wilderness kits, the whys, the wherefores. Hey, Jared, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Orange, you glad you didn't die alone in the wilderness? Jared Jared.
That was Jared.
That was Jared
Who
who
we
said
actually
that.
heard from
yeah,
earlier.
Jared. Yeah, Jared said that. So. All right, go to studentofthegun.com. Jared, give them their homework assignment for the week. What is their homework assignment for the week?
Your homework assignment is to go to studentofthegun.com, sign up for the 7 training tips that could save your life. If you're not on that email list yet, then you need to be, because we're going to be launching something tomorrow that we launched to the grad program last Friday. So,
Woo! And listen louder. Listen louder and share this. Share the show with your friends and neighbors.
just pick one person that you think needs, and I know that you know quite a few.
At least
Hear
one
this.
person that needs to hear this.
Just one
There's got to
person.
be one.
Sure, the one dude or one chick.